preparing for this hatchling season. We have eggs coming up so soon. All right, so back here in the snake room, and what we're doing today is going to be making a quality of life. It's going to be a quality of life video for me. I'm gonna move basically. So let's just map it out real quick. So all of this right here, probably this light too. All this has to go because we are adding another Freedom Breeder rack. So we got the same exact rack, but additional to that, we went 2 levels higher. Which doesn't seem like it can go 2 levels higher, but it can. And the top 2 levels now, when it's a rack across, are actually going to be the 40 tubs, which I feel like are a good kind of intermediate tub. We can kind of move maybe even hatchlings straight into it with a hide in there. I'm not really sure, you know, maybe we can get away with that, but for sure grow outs and even into some adults. So I'm excited for that rack, but all of this has to kind of be rearranged now. So Sniggle Fritz and this whole situation right here, I feel like this is all just taking up so much room. So I'm gonna move her on top of here. And so I've cleaned all of this up, reorganize this, and so basically just a rearranging video. Okay, so as we've been moving everything around and getting things situated, I have realized that we need to really dive in and clean Sniggle Fritz's cage, but this is a perfect opportunity to show you all her, because I don't know if she's ever really made an appearance on the channel itself, but she's a completely patternless leopard gecko, and I've had her for almost 10 years, like forever. So I love this little gecko. She's awesome. So without further ado, let's check her out. Okay, so have you ever started a project and then realized a little way through it that just maybe this is a little more involved than you thought it was going to be? That's what we have here. This has taken me so long. We're into the next day now, but a testament to a little bit of my laziness and the amount of clutter that I accumulated. All right, so we got the door off. That's all handled now. Got everything in here. You know, a little dark. Obviously, need to work on the light, but we got shipping supplies, I should say, over here. Crates, blah blah blah. We got the chip. Whole little bench in there has all the sterilizing equipment and, you know, yada yada yadas that you need. So we got it. It's going well. And then eventually we have all this fun stuff that's going to come over here, stack up on that wall, and then the Freedom Breeder will go along here. So turning right along here. All right, so now that like the brunt of all of the moving is done, I figured this would be a good time to move some hatchlings from last season over to some bigger tubs, because we have like I think 4 of them really need to be moved. They've been eating just nonstop. They've had huge growth, which is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna move those over to some new tubs. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this right here. I'm gonna take 2 snakes out of the 70 rack here, and I'm gonna move them over to the main rack. And then I'm gonna take 4 hatchlings and put them in the 2. You might ask, how am I going to achieve this? And I will achieve this by using these rack splitters. These are like super cool to me for kind of anybody with space constraints, like obviously we have here. So basically it just goes down the center of the 70 tub and splits in half, and then it's almost like 2 grow out tubs per 1 tub. So you really get 10 grow outs in this 5 stack, just, you know, counting these 5. Obviously, this 5 stack sea serpent thing. So super cool. It's super efficient, and that's what we're gonna do. And so it's always an exciting time when you get to move hatchlings to a new tub, because now we know, like, they're growing, like we're seeing the progress, the hard work's paying off, you know, staying diligent to that feeding schedule. So I don't know, this is kind of like a little like cool mini moment, I guess, along the breeding journey that it is to get everything to eventually lay eggs and see your vision. check that girl out. Holy cow. This is crazy. She looks so good. She's just getting brighter and brighter as she's getting older, you know? She's not fading really like I almost expected, you know? And that to me kind of points more towards the super gravel rather than the pastel highway. I don't know. This year we're gonna find out, but either way, she's gotten massive and it's time to move her up. And another one here, you know, this one goes without saying. She has gotten just absolutely humongous. So she's never, this girl here, she eats in shed, she eats like out, you know, obviously out of shed, but it's insane to see how much size these animals can really put on when they're being consistent, and, you know, they're doing all that like perfect ball python stuff, but she's gotten really, really big, and she is certainly due to move up to tub. So I'm excited to see this girl when she gets up to full size, because let me tell you, that is gonna be a pretty set of eggs laying underneath her for that first breeding season. And so the next snake up that's due for her tub change is this clown pied girl here. She's right along with them there. She's never missed a meal. She's always hungry. I bet literally after I'm holding her right now, I could probably feed her and she would easily take the rat. All right, so last but not least is this girl right here. This is a Phantom Sapphire. Sapphire is kind of a new gene that's being worked over there at Trigg Reptiles. If you don't know anything about it, that's a really good resource to kind of go figure that out. But I'm really, really, really loving that Sapphire gene. It does pretty cool stuff, busying up the pattern. It works really well with pastel through some of those epic breedings that are going on over there. So I can't wait to kind of see this girl mixed in with some of the big dog recessives like your clown and your pied, and kind of just getting into that stuff, you know. So super excited for the future of the Sapphire project, but she's very due for a tub upsize, so let's get her in there. All right, and just like that, everybody is moved. That took a little bit longer than expected, as this entire project has taken a little bit longer than expected, but it's one of those necessary evils, especially amid a little bit extra time at the house. So I'm excited that it's all done, and we're preparing for this hatching season. We have eggs coming up so soon. They're so soon, but yeah, let's check out these snakes in their new setups. And so there you have it. There's the divider. Honestly, I cannot remember where I got these dividers. I feel like this was on like maybe reptilebasics.com's like website forever ago. I've had these for like 3 years or so, and honestly, I feel like I've looked for more in the past and I couldn't find them. So I'll do my best if there isn't a link to where I found these in the description. If somebody else knows where they're at, please comment down below and let me know, because I almost would like to get more. I'd like to maybe get, you know, 3 more and kind of just build like this like elongated grow out tub, because I think this is like a really cool size for these snakes. Yeah, here they are though. All right, and number 2 here, gonna slide these ones out. Boom, there we go. So we have the Phantom in there. Jeez, look how crisp that pattern looks. Like, there is some serious contrast going on with that snake. That is, that's gonna be really, really cool to work in the future. But then we got this lovely girl here, hopefully the Super Gravel Pastel Pied. Okay, so that's it. We're wrapping this up right now. Finally got everything taken care of in here that I need to get taken care of, and I love it. That feeling of satisfaction is unparalleled. So super excited to get them in there. Progress, we're getting some growth, we're moving forward. Creeping towards those 2022 maybe breeding season, late 2022 breeding seasons for those girls. But I digress. I just want to thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been a ton of fun kind of going along here and growing through YouTube. I'm hopefully soon going to be stepping up my camera game. I know I had been shooting on the GoPro in the past, but I just don't feel like it worked out that well. So I kind of went back to this, and I think this camera is still just lacking a little bit. So exciting things to come. But anyways, no more. I hope you all are having a great morning, evening, night, whenever you may be watching this. Until next time, we'll see you all later.